Have you ever wondered how to make your home more comfortable for a child on the autism spectrum? It's a question that many parents and caregivers contemplate daily, and for a good reason. Creating a sensory-friendly environment is not just about comfort, it's about enhancing the overall quality of life for a child with autism. It's about providing a safe, soothing space where they can grow, learn, and thrive. Autism, a complex condition characterized by a variety of behavioral and sensory issues. Too much noise, bright lights, or even certain textures can be overstimulating, leading to discomfort or distress. This is why crafting a sensory-friendly environment is so important. It's not merely about addressing the visible symptoms of autism, but about understanding and catering to the unique sensory needs of each individual child. This task, while seemingly overwhelming, need not be a daunting one. It's about understanding your child's specific needs, and making simple adjustments to alleviate sensory overloads. This could mean dimming the lights in one room, using noise-canceling headphones, or incorporating soft, tactile objects into their daily routine. It could mean adding a sensory room or quiet space for them to retreat to when things get too overwhelming. Remember that every child on the autism spectrum is unique and will respond differently to different sensory stimuli. Experiment with different techniques, observe their reactions, and adjust accordingly. In time, you'll an environment that suits their specific needs and preferences. It's crucial to stay patient and remain flexible in your approach. Change doesn't happen overnight, and you may not always see immediate results. But with consistency, understanding, and plenty of love, you can create a living space that truly supports your child's growth and development. Today, we are going to share some practical and easy-to-implement tips for creating a sensory-friendly home. Before we delve into the practical tips, it's crucial to understand the science behind sensory sensitivities. This understanding will not only help you make informed decisions about how to adapt your home, but also foster empathy and patience with the child's unique sensory experiences. The human brain is wired to process sensory information from our surroundings, helping us make sense of the world. For most of us, this process happens seamlessly, without us even being aware of it. However, for children on the autism spectrum, this process can be incredibly overwhelming. This is due to a phenomenon known as sensory processing disorder, or SPD. In simple terms, SPD is a condition where the brain struggles to organize and interpret sensory information correctly. This can lead to a hypersensitivity or hyposensitivity to certain sensory inputs, such as sounds, lights, or textures. In a child with hypersensitivity, a seemingly harmless input, like the hum of a refrigerator or the tag on a shirt, can be amplified to unbearable levels, causing distress and discomfort. On the other hand, a child with hyposensitivity might not react to sensory inputs that others would find painful or uncomfortable, like a loud noise or a hot surface. Understanding these concepts is key to creating a sensory-friendly environment. By understanding how a child on the autism spectrum perceives the world, we can better understand their needs and make the necessary adaptations to our homes. In the next segment, we will delve deeper into specific sensory sensitivities and how they manifest in daily life. This will help us tailor our homes to create a safe, comfortable environment for a child on the autism spectrum. Firstly, it's important to understand what we mean by sensory-friendly. To fully comprehend this term, one needs to delve into the realm of sensory sensitivities, a phenomenon that is particularly prevalent amongst children who fall under the autism spectrum. These sensitivities refer in essence to the intensified or sometimes extreme reactions that such children may have towards certain stimuli or sensory inputs that most would consider harmless or even unnoticeable. These sensory inputs span a wide range of human senses, including the sense of sight, hearing, touch, taste, and even smell. For instance, consider the hum of a refrigerator, a sound that we pay little to no attention to. For a child with sensory sensitivities, this innocuous background noise could be amplified to an intensity comparable to a rock concert, creating an unbearable auditory bombardment. Conversely, think about the tag on the back of your shirt, something that only briefly disturbs you when it itches. To a child with sensory sensitivities, this mere tag could feel like harsh, coarse sandpaper scraping against their sensitive skin, causing immense discomfort. This is not an exaggeration, but rather a glimpse into the reality that many children on the autism spectrum live with every day. These sensitivities, albeit difficult to comprehend for those who do not experience them, can render even the most mundane environments highly overwhelming and distressing. Imagine constantly being on high alert, every ordinary sound or texture potentially transforming into a sensory onslaught. This is the harsh reality that these children face daily, making their world frightfully chaotic and unpredictable. As such, creating a sensory-friendly home becomes not just an option, but a necessity. A sensory-friendly environment is about more than just accommodation or convenience. It's an endeavor to minimize these sensory triggers to the greatest extent possible, to design a space where these children can find safety and comfort, where they aren't under constant threat of their senses being assaulted. In essence, it's about transforming their home into a safe haven, a sanctuary where they can finally let their guard down and just be. Only by truly understanding sensory sensitivities can we hope to create such a refuge. Now that we understand the concept of sensory sensitivities, let's move on to the practical tips. Before we delve into the practical tips for creating a sensory-friendly home, let's hear some real-life accounts to further understand the importance of a sensory-friendly environment. We have invited parents of children with sensory sensitivities to share their experiences. Our first guest is Laura, a mother of a 10-year-old boy, Max, who is on the autism spectrum. Laura recounts, "Max used to have meltdowns every time we turned on the vacuum cleaner. The sound was just too much for him. We didn't understand at first, but when we learned about sensory sensitivities, we realized he was not just being difficult. We started vacuuming when he was at school or playing outside, and it made a world of difference." Next, we have Michael, a father of twins, one of whom, Lily, has sensory sensitivities. Michael shares, "Lily would refuse to wear certain clothes. She would cry and scream if we tried to put a t-shirt with a tag on her. We later found out that the tag was causing her discomfort, so we started buying tagless clothes or removing the tags ourselves. It was a simple change, but it made a huge difference in our daily routine." Lastly, we have Sarah, a single mother of a 7-year-old girl, Emma, who is on the spectrum. Sarah tells us Emma is very sensitive to bright colors. If a room is painted in a bright color, she becomes agitated and restless. We repainted her room with pastel colors and now she loves spending time there. It's her safe haven. These stories illuminate the realities of living with sensory sensitivities and the impact that a sensory-friendly home can have on a child's life. It's not just about making a home look good, it's about making it feel good for those who live in it. Let's now delve into the practical tips for creating such a home. Creating a sensory-friendly home doesn't necessarily mean a complete overhaul of your home decor. Sometimes it's essentially about making thoughtful, deliberate adjustments that can significantly impact, if not change, the comfort levels and overall well-being of a child on the autism spectrum. Now let's take a deep dive into the world of colors. Soft, calming hues can make a world of difference. You may want to think about pastel shades, colors that have a soothing effect on the eyes and the mind. The pastel family includes colors reminiscent of a clear sky, a gentle blue that elicits images of a calm ocean or a bright summer day. Consider a buttery yellow, the kind of color that is soft, comforting, and brings the warmth of a sunny day indoors. Alternatively, a gentle pink, which is not overpowering but rather subtly sweet and calming, might be a good fit. These colors are not randomly chosen. They are known to induce calmness and can help to drastically reduce sensory overload. However, be aware of the fact that your child's personal preferences not align with general tendencies. Every child is unique, much like snowflakes. No two are the same, and their color preference can be different from what we might expect. Therefore, it's crucial to involve them in the decision-making process. Sound is another pivotal factor that is often overlooked. Many individuals on the spectrum are sensitive to noise, and a quieter environment can be more comfortable, more suitable for their needs. For this reason, you might want to consider investing in sound-absorbing materials like thick curtains that not only keep the light out, but also deaden the surrounding noise. Carpets are another great option as they can absorb both sound and vibrations, which can be helpful in a household with a child on the spectrum. You might also want to look into acoustic panels, though a less common option, they are highly effective. Then there's the matter of high-pitched doorbells or alarms. They can be quite distressing for individuals on the spectrum, so replacing them with softer, lower-pitched alternatives can be very beneficial. Onward to textures. Soft, cozy furnishings can provide a sense of comfort and security. Consider plush rugs that feel wonderful underfoot, fluffy pillows that are perfect for snuggling, and weighted blankets. These weighted blankets are especially beneficial as they provide deep pressure stimulation, which can be very soothing. These tactile elements can offer a soothing sensory experience that's hard to match. Again, it is of utmost importance to take your child's sensory preferences into account. Some children might prefer smoother textures, finding solace in their sleekness, while others might enjoy the sensory input from rougher surfaces. Finally, maintaining clear, clutter-free spaces can help reduce feelings of overwhelm. Designate specific spots for toys, books, and other items. Make sure everything has a place. This not only helps to keep the space tidy, but also provides a sense of order and predictability, which can be immeasurably comforting for a child on the spectrum. Remember, these are not rigid rules, but merely suggestions. The most important thing is to understand your child's unique sensory needs and preferences. It might take some trial and error, but the effort will be well worth it. Remember, the goal is to create an environment where your child feels safe, comfortable, and able to thrive. Scene script. Engaging in sensory activities at home can provide an enriching and calming experience for children on the autism spectrum. These activities can help them focus, relax, and even improve their motor skills. Let's explore a few examples. Voiceover. Let's start with sensory bins. These are containers filled with materials that stimulate one or more of the senses. You can fill these bins with a variety of items such as sand, water beads, rice, or small toys. It's a great way for children to explore textures and shapes in a controlled and safe environment. Next, we have sensory bags. These are sealable, clear plastic bags filled with different items like gel, beads, or even shaving cream. Children can squish and manipulate these bags, providing them with a fun and clean tactile experience. Another engaging activity is creating homemade Play-Doh. This can be a fun and therapeutic process as children can knead, roll, and shape the dough, providing them with proprioceptive input. Plus, you can add in food coloring or essential oils to stimulate their visual and olfactory senses. Art activities such as painting or drawing are also great sensory experiences. They not only stimulate the sense of touch and sight, but also allow children to express their feelings and thoughts creatively. Lastly, consider creating a sensory garden. This could be a small corner in your yard, or even a few pots on your balcony. Incorporate plants with different textures, colors, and scents. This offers a multi-sensory experience and also teaches children about nature and caring for living things. Remember, it's crucial to supervise these activities to ensure safety. Gradually introduce new materials and activities, observing your child's reactions to understand their preferences and comfort levels. Most importantly, make these activities fun and enjoyable, turning them into a source of positive sensory experiences. In the next scene, we will summarize all the insights we've gathered and conclude our discussion. Stay tuned. We've covered quite a bit today, so let's shift gears and briefly recap our discussion. Today, we embarked on a journey of comprehension, delving into the intriguing world of sensory sensitivities. This is a universe where children on the autism spectrum often perceive the world in a distinctive manner. These unique children can be either hypersensitive or hyposensitive to sensory inputs, an anomaly that can turn ordinary environments like home into places of immense overwhelm or understimulation. We've attempted to grasp that being aware of these sensitivities is the cardinal step towards fostering a sensory-friendly home environment. This awareness is about discerning the signs of sensory overload or understimulation. Further, it necessitates responding with empathy and support to the child's sensory needs. As we broaden our understanding of these unique sensory experiences, we gain the ability to transform a regular home into a comforting sanctuary, a haven of peace for children on the autism spectrum. Continuing our exploration, we dove headfirst into the practical strategies that can help create a sensory-friendly home environment. We deliberated on the importance of warm, soothing colors that can create an ambiance of calm and tranquility. We also emphasized the use of sensory-friendly furniture designed to cater to the unique sensory needs of children on the spectrum. A home that is mindful of lighting, sounds, textures, and even smells can make a world of difference in the comfort and well-being of a child on the spectrum. Furthermore, we considered the power of having designated quiet zones within the home. These are spaces where a child can retreat to when the sensory overload becomes too overwhelming. Engaging sensory activities at home can also provide a safe and engaging environment for children on the spectrum. We comprehensively discussed these measures, aiming to equip you with the knowledge to manage sensory overload effectively. Armed with these tips, you're making strides towards creating a home that provides the utmost comfort for a child on the autism spectrum. However, it's crucial to remember every child is unique. A one-size-fits-all approach doesn't apply here. Therefore, it's imperative to tailor these suggestions to suit your child's specific sensory needs and preferences, taking into account their individuality. As we wrap up, let's not forget our main objective: to build a safe, comfortable and nurturing environment for children on the autism spectrum. Thank you for investing your time in understanding this noble cause better. Till we meet again, keep learning, growing, and making your home more friendly, one step at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Before we delve into additional resources, let's take a moment to address some common questions and concerns you might have related to sensory sensitivities and creating a sensory-friendly home. We have collated a list of frequently asked questions from our viewers and have brought in an expert to provide the answers. Question 1. How do I identify my child's sensory triggers? Our expert responds, every child is unique, and so are their sensory triggers. The best approach is to observe your child in different situations. Take note of any changes in their behavior or mood in response to specific sensory inputs. Over time, a pattern may emerge that can help you identify their triggers. Question 2. How can I help my child cope with sensory overload in public places? Our expert elaborates. Firstly, always carry a sensory toolkit when you're out. This can include noise-canceling headphones, fidget toys, or comfort items. Secondly, teach your child coping strategies like deep breathing or counting to 10. Lastly, create a safe word or signal your child can use when they feel overwhelmed, signaling they need a break. Question 3. How can I explain my child's sensory needs to friends and family? Our expert advises, be open and honest. Explain what sensory sensitivities are and how they affect your child. Share specific examples of your child's triggers and their reactions. Most importantly, let them know how they can help make your child feel comfortable. Question 4. How do I balance the sensory needs of my child with the needs of the rest of the family? Our expert suggests, communication is key. Involve the whole family in discussions about sensory sensitivities. Try to find compromises and solutions that work for everyone. Remember, it's a learning process for everyone involved. We hope this Q&A session has helped answer some of your pressing questions. Understanding and managing sensory sensitivities can be a challenging journey, but remember, you're not alone. Seek help, share your experiences, and continue learning. Up next, we have some additional resources that might further support you in this journey. Stay tuned. Before we wrap up, we'd like to share some additional resources that you might find helpful in your journey to create a sensory-friendly home. Firstly, there are numerous websites and books dedicated to sensory-friendly home design that offer a wealth of knowledge. Websites such as the Autism Site blog and books like The Out of Sync Child by Carol Stock-Kranowitz provide in-depth insights and practical tips that can further guide you in creating a comforting sensory environment at home. Secondly, don't forget about the power of community. There are numerous support groups and forums for parents of children on the autism spectrum. These platforms provide a safe space to share experiences, learn from others, and gain emotional support. Websites like Autism Parenting Magazine and forums on platforms like Reddit can be invaluable resources. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Reach out, learn, and share your experiences. By doing so, not only do you enrich your knowledge but also contribute to a community of parents facing similar challenges. Thank you once again for joining us today. We hope these resources provide you with additional support and guidance as you continue to create a sensory-friendly home for your child. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep making your home more friendly, one step at a time.